this day. Yes, we come to you at this time every Thursday, and we always present various opinions regarding topical matters that are affecting the socio-political angle in Nigeria. We bring two guests mostly, and we dissect matters from various lenses and present the truth to you, our viewer. My name is Shegun Odunayo. I have with me this afternoon two wonderful individuals, and we are going to be talking about three major topics that have been eating the polity in the last couple of days. To my right is a man who has not been on this show in a very long time. It's great to have you around this time around, Adekunle Sulaiman.
Thank
Good
you,
afternoon
for
to
having
you.
me. Good afternoon,
Glasses,
viewers.
they're cute.
Thank you, everyone.
Right.
Thank you.
To my left, I have a man who is a stylish regular. I won't say he's exactly regular, but he's a stylish regular, comes on and off like sunshine. But he's here again this wonderful afternoon. Nehemiah Nwosu, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Shego, it's good to be here today. Thank you.
All right, so how are we starting this afternoon? We are starting, like I said earlier, we bring major topics to you. We have three topics that we're bringing to you today, and we are starting with this matter that has gone viral in the last couple of days. The FCT minister, former governor of Rivers State, Wike, and the naval officers, should I say, clash that happened a couple of days ago. What indeed happened? The FCT minister said that he has sent some of his men from the ministry to come and check out a particular land, and that they told him that unfortunately they could not get access because some military officials were stopping them from going in. So the minister felt, okay, if I sent a team and they could not get it done, why don't I go there myself? So he went there and he met a team of military men. Of course, you must have seen that video, himself and Officer Yerima, where, I mean, there was a whole lot of conversation going on between both of them. And Nigerians, knocks, kudos to various quarters, as the case may be. I'm starting with you, Adekunle, because you had such a strong opinion. Was that even right from a military man to be guarding private quarters? When did the military become a guard? And was it also right for the minister to address a Nigerian military official in that manner?
Very good. Thank you very well, Shegun, for having me today. And if we are to look at it from constitutional purview of their
offices
and objective roles to play in the society, the military personnel swear allegiance to Nigeria to protect them when the need arises, not to be a security or a guard in quotes for a property whatsoever. But if you look at it critically again and you assess it in the code of the military conduct, obey the last order. If your boss has told you to be somewhere, there's no cause, no matter how wrong he may be in that instance, there's no cause to argue out with your boss if your presence is needed in where he has asked you to be. So in that way, if you look at it critically too, by constitutional purview, it may not be right. But by objective and diligence and code of conduct of the military practice, he's right to be there because his boss has told him to be there. So his presence in that place is justified. But the problem now, or the issue here is now that, is he expected of Mr. Minister Wike to be at that place, confronting him to forcefully get access to the land? It is wrong, because he's doing his job. At the same time, Mr. Wike could as well, rather than confronting the junior officer whom the senior officer told to observe or guard that place or man it as the directive might have been. I think he has every objective to, place a call to the person. If you don't even want to go through the rear admiral that you already know was getting the land in an inappropriate manner, undocumented, as he has said, you could also put a call to the defense minister, or, the defense minister, you guys do cabinet meeting every week. Mr. Badaru, and Bello Matawale. These are people you roll with. Why not place a call through them rather than just confronting the officer, which in turn turned to embarrassment. And you can see it. It was very, very, very damning. We should not be having such situation between two public office holders. It's inappropriate.
I'll be coming over to you now, Nehemiah. What's your opinion about, who was wrong? Was it the officer who was wrong for, that's not his job? Or was it the minister who was equally wrong for trying to forcefully in quotes now, take possession of that land?
I think the situation that happened, goes further to tell how, how our institutions, have decayed. Because both the naval officer and the minister himself, what they did, that incident is uncalled for. Now, we could understand from the side of the naval officer that he is obeying command. Yes, understood. But I think it is not in his place. It is in the place of his boss, who gave him that order to be there. But the minister, when you talk about, like I usually say on this show, that this our anyhowness in the corridors of leadership in this country, is painting this country in a very, very bad light. Because what the minister should have done, you are a minister of the Federal Capital Territory, for God's sake. Get in touch with the CDS before you even. There is no need for him to even step his foot on that land to forcefully gain access. There is no need for it. You are the minister of the federal government, for God's sake. This issue can be addressed internally without, because as it is, it's like, we continue to. I don't know another way to
siphon the situation,
because there is no way
without associating it to the garrulousness of Wike.
That is exactly what happened.
It's just the personality here.
Because
it's not about doing things right or not doing things.
I saw a video.
This is something that you sent your officials there, and they've been, whether
they've gone there
or not,
they've gone there. They've given you
but they were not.
They
didn't gain access to the land.
Okay.
That should give you some kind of information that, okay, this thing should be channeled to the appropriate quarters. But because Wike himself is always wanting to show himself, let the people know that he has the power. Yes, you are a minister of the Federal Capital Territory, the capital of a country, synonymous to the mayor of London and other top countries. I mean, you have the power. Nobody is antagonizing that or checkmating that for you. But there are instances where you need to just, strike check and balances in some situations. You are not in the position to be arguing all in abusive word on an officer that is wearing a military uniform. Of course, nobody will be on your side. So imagine, for the first time, Nigerians are not siding with a civilian against the military. It should give you an information. It should give you whatever you want to, make of it.
And again, one thing I also noticed was the non-adherence to due process is a very, very serious problem in this country as we speak. There are processes. If somebody is forcefully taking a land, if you claim somebody is forcefully taking a land, there are processes that you go through to do the right things to get that person to, answer for whatever he needs to answer to. But the way and manner that we choose to do things, we have power, especially when we are in power. We have that power to do whatever we want to do. We can go to that land and tell everybody to just go off there. You can read. You can use. I saw a video what the IGP was saying about that. Well, it means that in my own interpretation, it means that any police officer, that was caught up with whatever brouhaha that happened there that day, they're on their own. Now, because that is not their actual duty.
Now let's talk
that they are supposed to carry out.
Let's talk about the Chief of Army Staff statement. Buratai, he released the statement.
The former Chief of Army Staff.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
The former Chief of Army Staff.
I think the military would not even agree with you that they are former. he believed that whoever has held their position before has held it,
and
he's still
somehow
yes
he's
in the military.
the military. Buratai, and we all know how Buratai was a commander. He was a
for more than 5 years
of the army.
Yeah.
I mean, this was one of the strongest men to ever hold the army. Releasing a statement like that online. I mean, I think he was the first person who came out openly to say no.
even before
before any other person. He was the first person who came out to publicly support the military official. And this is my question. He didn't find it wrong that the officer was not at his doorpost in the barracks or where he has been assigned to, but he had been pulled out to do the job of a bouncer.
Okay.
Regarding the, I mean, is it not wrong that you are doing something odd? Are we not illegitimate? Are we not giving legitimacy to illegitimacy? That's my fear.
Yeah, exactly. Just like what we have earlier said, Shegun, it still boils down to the fact that we could, quote and unquote, refer to the military as a court. They are always, it's more like obey the last command. Let me just reiterate that in military,
So
a
military man can ask that his junior comes to pull your shirt and it's fine. Or to, I mean, I'm just giving that as an example because that's not his job post.
He doesn't even need to give me a command before I know that I needed to pull a shirt of a civilian who have disrespected, if I were in the military, of a civilian that has disrespected my boss. Let's take a critical look at what happened, at what caused the brow of the ex-Zakizaki's detention. You could recall that it was one of the bosses of a military officer, one of their bosses, that was going, I think.
But that's even a security matter. Now. That's a completely different scenario.
Yeah.
This one is a private matter. Wike represents the state.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, it's the state in this scenario, is the governor in quote of Abuja. I mean, if there's any land issue or no land issue, wouldn't we have told an ordinary man in quote now to approach the courts?
Exactly.
If you feel your rights are being denied or taken away from you, what do? Where do you go? Report to the police station. Report to wherever.
It's a civil matter. It's a civil matter. Exactly. It's a civil matter. But the approach, that's just what we are discussing. The approach was wrong, and the way the military officer to tackled it was wrong. But two wrong cannot make a right. And for the simple fact that Wike was now even insulting the officer in uniform, it's an aberration. It's a total aberration. And it's not supposed to even be accepted in the first place. So because if you look at the officer, I'm just grateful that he was a very comporting soldier. If he was another person, it's what we are saying is probably not.
How far do you think that could have gone?
I really do not know, but we have different personality traits.
Of course.
What might infuriate you could likely not infuriate me.
Of course.
We are talking about a lieutenant here, and you can even see him shooting a commissioner of police. FCT commissioner of police was the person he was addressing as I'm talking a policeman. You understand?
Now, I'm coming to Nehemiah on that. I held that part for Nehemiah. Talking about esprit de corps, they are all security agents. They are not necessarily from the same medium organization, but they all work for the Nigerian people. They all work for the Nigerian government. Is it not one of the wrongs that we have supported to be right for him to even make such a statement and say you are
my junior
police officer like Boy Scout? I know that Nigerians generally always see police officers like police officers, but it shouldn't be coming from,
of course,
the military personnel.
Somebody in the security apparatus.
Of course. That's
my question. No, is it not wrong? Somewhere in the system.
The thing is this. It is a problem when I don't understand my role. You don't understand your role, and you also don't want to understand my role, and I don't want to understand your role.
Wow.
So that's exactly what played out. You know, if you talk of division of power, in our security apparatus, law enforcement apparatus, the army has their role to play, the police has their role to play, every institution has their roles to play. Now, for that naval officer to be talking down on the commissioner of police, he goes to tell you how, you know, how the respect our, you know, our servicemen, you know, have for themselves, and it is not something good for us going forward. And since the federal government said they are going to, you know, they have set up a probe into the issue, and let's just see what they will come up with. But as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a matter that they should not, because as it is, the whole military establishment and formation, they are like standing strongly behind the naval officer. So we can, at least we read the statement of Matawale, we heard the statement of ex-military generals and all of them. So they are all standing behind the naval officer. So, and I don't think any commander-in-chief of a country will want to be in any fracas with his military. I don't think anything like that. Any commander-in-chief will want to be in that position. So one way or the other, I think they should let's just move forward. We have more serious problems
to talk about. What do you think will come out of this probe? Because some other persons are even saying there's even no need for the probe. Why is the president, or will it be just, you know, the probe in kind of in Nigeria, where they just set up a something man.
They will call, when they call for probe, everybody will go and rest. Okay, maybe they have called. Let us wait and hear. So that's the end.
Of course, we should expect that, because if you look at it critically, if Wike is acting in the constitutional view of the presidency in that place, and for him to have been disrespected to that extent, and I think most of the ex-generals and ex-military men that are, you know, giving their 2 cents on this matter probably know what could happen if the probability, the result of the possible probe that they are on, and that's why most of them are, you know, aligning critically with the lieutenants. And I also believe that in the long run, nothing will happen. The only thing that would rather happen is for Wike to even apologize again, because is an aberration on his part for insulting. That insult alone has, you know, made the whole matter worse, and it has even played it out to the point that a civilian is now insulting. You know, that's the way they will put it. That's the way.
This civilian is a minister.
Yeah, see. Now let me just aggregate this point to you. For the opting time, I've said to people, the military personnel will continue to see, no matter how big you are, no matter the public office or the position you hold, except the Grand Commander-in-Chief. That is the only person they believe can give their superior order. And that's the only person they see as not civilian, because the boss of their boss is their boss. So the military will continue to see police as civilian, just like this police are seeing we the citizens as civilian too. So it's a matter of civilian.
So you are saying there will be a continuity in this bloody civilian approach from the military, including a minister.
As far as no Nigerian constitution is guiding that utterances, we'll continue to have it.
I just wanted to land there, and you know, sometimes when these matters happen, we just try to see, like I said, we bring various aspects of these topics. We look at these matters from various lenses and present the truth out there. I know some of you are probably even dropping comments already on our Facebook page, and making us see your own opinions as regards some of these topics that we have posted. Please keep dropping them. We'll read some of them towards the end of the show, and ensure that there's feedback as well. Moving on very quickly now, we have to talk about this election that held a couple of days ago in Anambra. And yes, the Anambrians, as they love to call them, decided to re-elect their governor, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, for a second term. I remember 4 years ago in 2021 when he was elected we were there in Anambra to cover the election, and it was really nice seeing some things, and to see that perhaps the people, not even perhaps, the people have decided, because he won with a very, very large margin. Interestingly, Nehemiah is from Anambra, and I would like him to get involved first before I come to you. The people of Anambra came out with their PVCs and said, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, we support you for continuity. What can you say about his last 4 years, and do you think there's going to be a strong continuity in the next 4 years?
The thing is, I think since early in the year, many of us know that he's going to win his re-election, because if you look at the way Anambra politics is right now, as it is, there's no strong opposition, and
no strong opposition.
That vacuum.
Ukachukwu.
That.
Of the APC.
Strong. No, it's a strong man. He has been contested. He contested in 2010 when Chukwuma Charles Soludo lost.
No, hold on.
And they've been contesting.
You can't wake up in the middle of the night and election. The date of the election has been fixed, and you can't wake up 2-3 months and feel you can pull any weight. When you talk about opposition, it has to be how, again, you talk about popularity, you talk about acceptance amongst electorates. When candidates come up, the questions electorates will ask, this candidate, what does he have for us? Secondly, is he a popular person? There are people with that kind of mindset. Is he a popular candidate?
How Ukachukwu was not popular.
See, the thing is this: Ukachukwu is popular. He has been, but that popularity, the way people channel their popularity, the way people see you, matters. The way people see you matters. As far as Indian Anambra are concerned, Ukachukwu has not been able to, fit all tick all the boxes as far as electorates are concerned. The person that should have, made this election a very, very tough one, if he had been on the ballot, is Valentine Ozigbo.
Okay.
Because Valentine Ozigbo is a very, very popular candidate.
He lost the primaries.
And yes, that's why I said if he had been.
That's why I said if he was not popular enough.
That's why you can't.
Is that not the meaning?
Electorates don't participate in party processes. To pick the representatives. But party members do. So how many of the electorates are party members? So these are the questions. But if you talk about candidates in Anambra, if you take away Soludo, who is the governor, incumbent governor, the other person that can really, give him a ride for his money is Valentine Ozigbo, because he's young, to an extent, and the younger citizen,
Valentine Ozigbo, who was PDP's candidate in 2021,
no, of course,
moved to Labour Party,
of course,
and from Labour Party moved to APC. In 4 years, he has done 3 parties. You think that's Nigeria's politics for
Party
you.
defection is not.
That's Nigeria's politics.
Thinking that man is popular enough. A man who was not popular enough to hold one party down had to move to another party, and not just stayed in that party that he moved to. From that one,
no, I don't think.
Hold on.
Party defection does not
affect.
It doesn't have any.
Yes.
It doesn't have any strong. No, it does not.
Of course.
It does not.
Yes.
It does not. Let me shock you.
It's just an alignment.
Let me shock you. If Valentine Ozigbo, had won the ticket of the APC, this election, if Soludo will have to win his re-election, it will be it will be by a slim margin.
For real?
Yes, for real. We know APC is a very, very large. No, you can. The AP. Look at what Ukachukwu polled.
99,000.
Look at what Ukachukwu polled. That is to tell you the prowess of the APC as a political party. Just imagine that a popular person, someone. No, it was high.
99,000.
Because the ideology that Southeasterners don't vote for APC, but Ukachukwu pulled that kind of number of votes. So just imagine that a candidate that resonates
That is
with the
popular,
people,
that your definition of popular.
that resonates with the young, and because of the programs that he had, you know, he had carried that around the young people in Anambra. He's popular amongst the young people, and he's somebody that can galvanize them, you know, to really come out. And this is because the election the run up to the election has been, who are we going to support? Who are we going to line up behind?
You know, I asked you to talk about.
But
his 4
Anambra.
years. Sorry, I'll be coming to you. You know, I asked you to talk about Governor Soludo's 4 years and what you think he can continue in the next 4 years.
The thing is,
because the results showed that it was actually very, very popular.
The thing is, fiscally, Governor Soludo is doing well. Then, in regards to the area of me personally, in regards to the area of infrastructure, I don't really, and I have the same mindset with many young Anambarians, that the way he channels the energy he channels into infrastructure, he needs to do more. He needs to do more. And the area of youth empowerment, he has been doing well in that aspect. But the truth is, in the area of security, because security is very, very important to everything that we are talking about. If governance has to gain stability, the people has to be safe. So what he needs to do in this his second term is make sure that Anambra is safe for everybody. Do whatever you need to do. Then in the area where I am faulting his governance for the past 4 years is in the area of FDI.
Okay. Foreign direct investment.
But if you look at the numbers has been very
overall,
very,
you think he's doing a good
has
job?
been very, very low.
Outside of FDI, security.
No, FDI is very, very important. It's very
health.
Of course, he's doing well because we know how it is in Anambra. No, don't just circulate everywhere.
Okay.
Don't circulate everywhere. I made instances.
Where is he not doing well outside of FDI?
He has not done well in the area of security.
What about education?
Education, of course, is continuing the job well.
Because
we know how it is.
Most Indian Anambra will tell you that when it comes to education in Anambra State, no governor has been able to match up with what Peter Obi did in the state.
That is why I said he has continued that legacy, and it is good for the state.
So for you,
it has always been like that.
What score do you think Professor Soludo deserves?
Over 100, I will give Soludo over 50 over 100.
That does not look like a good score.
I will give him 50 over 100.
I would even prefer.
I am from Anambra State.
Yes, I know.
I will give him, as far as I'm concerned.
So
yes, of course, I think he can do better. I think he needs to listen to people more. He needs to listen to people more, because I think from different quarters, that has been what everybody has always been saying.
That he doesn't listen.
He needs to listen
too much.
He needs to.
Problematic.
No, you need to.
You need to listen.
Of course.
I feel like even in Anambra, you don't need to play too much partisan politics to be governor.
That is
because there's a legacy on ground. There's a party legacy. Yes, there's a party legacy on ground.
That is why.
No matter.
That's why.
We have seen Abga feeded candidates who are even less unknown or not known at all, and they've won election victoriously. We are talking about people that have even held rep seats, senate seats, and even the topmost seats in the state, governorship election. And if left to me, if Abga had even feeded Chioma Ife
Melodike.
Yes, if Abga had fielded her, she probably might have even won the election. Okay. Because we are talking about.
If anybody's going to come from Abga now, it's going to be the next 4 years. Because for now, Professor Charles Chukwuma is going to be there from now another 4 years.
Anyway, that's my candidate, and she has even declared herself winner.
Who is your candidate?
Irrespective of the results.
Who is your
Chioma?
All right, moving on very quickly now. Let's talk about vote buying. The president said yesterday that he was watching some channels, and that even before the end of the election, people were shouting vote buying. Then he asked, who is selling?
Who is buying? So the decadence of
the question is that when we vote buying become a thing of the past, we saw pictures, agents arrested. I think I saw you talking about them too.
Of course.
We saw a lot of things. We saw videos. when will we go to the polling unit as Nigerians and we know there's nobody calling you, come press for my party, we won't vote? I mean, trying to induce you with money.
The truth is, the Nigerian election has always been flagged or mitigated with that. And it's not the first, and it's not going to be the last. Because the truth is, even if you buy people's conscience to vote for your party, the people already know who they want to vote for.
Of course.
So there are some people who would even say that whether I vote for my party or I did not vote for my party, the money you are giving me is just my own money. So there's no how you want to justify that most of those money are even for vote buying. So people, there will continue to still be people, agents who want to give electorate money at the polling unit or polling the election ground. So it will continue to have, there's, of course, no party would clearly state that none or their party did not buy votes in this just concluded. Maybe for my candidate, Chioma anyways, because we don't have anything we want to give to anybody. Our party is just there to, win the election and win it flatly. But the problem of vote buying, as much as the people will continue to preach against it, we just hope that it subside because it is getting to the state of absurd. Yes. Of course, anything that will end, we have to gradually, go down. Yes, we'll face it out, but we can't just face it out completely at once. We'll continue, preach against it, work against it, so that it will not continue in the future elections. That's just the thing.
Over to you, Nehemiah. Vote buying, we saw it. People talked about it. People talked a lot about it. Journalists on ground. It's just that journalists on ground will take pictures like that.
Of course.
Yes.
Because we know what we see on ground at election ground, and
of course.
It's crazy. It is crazy. You've covered one before, you understand.
I think vote buying, has become a menace, and everybody, has to sit down and map out a plan, because you can't just kill it off in one day. You can't kill it off in one election cycle. Everybody needs to sit down and look at the causes, where it originates from, what drives people to sell their votes. I think those things are critical to take a very, very good look at. And I think the first thing, as everybody can point, is the poverty in the land. Because you cannot be very much okay and you wake up tomorrow. How much are they even selling these votes? If you go to the polling unit,
Patri 10,000.
Patri 10,000,
yes,
5,000 naira.
Anambra's election, we
something
had 5K,
that
7K.
Patri 10,000, Patri 5,000 naira. So just imagine that you are doing well. You are doing well. You know that the economy is good. Everybody is doing well. How much will 5,000 naira look to you? Now go and look at the caliber of people collecting that money. You understand? I cannot go to the polling unit and you give me 5,000 naira to cast my vote for a particular person. 5,000 naira. Sure, you understand?
I'll put you there very quickly. Somebody asked a question. Somebody said, look at the people voting. Using Anambra as an example. The person said, how many lawyers did you see on the line? How many doctors did you see?
I was coming to that.
How many engineers did you see on
I was
the line?
coming to that.
So you see that 5,000 naira may be a big deal.
I was coming to that.
You are a big man.
No, I was coming to that. A lot of factors. One, I will say the poverty in the land. Two, vote apathy, because the people that will not sell their votes are not coming out to cast their votes. And I believe people may want to say no. They are in the majority. They are in the majority because I was looking at the RF, and I was seeing a particular polling unit. You have a total of 320 something registered voters, but when you see accredited votes, and you will see 15, you will see 25. Where are the rest over 300? So just imagine, and amongst that over 300, definitely you find close to 150 educated people, that has class, that
they've
has
decided
people
not to come
people
out.
that will not take money from you to cast their vote.
Exactly.
But they have
That's why most
decided,
of the places
but they have decided
that
not to
those
come
vote
out.
vote buying
So if you look at the areas, the places that vote buying, has more, you find out that it is the areas where rural areas where those people that cannot, you understand. So that is exactly how it is. I think the first thing, then civil societies, the Nigerian National Orientation Agency, they should just come out. Voter education is as important as anything that you can think of.
Well, they don't.
We should.
It's not even about anyway now. Generally, political parties don't even.
That's why I said civil society, political parties, they should preach. They should continue to preach against vote buying. Don't sell your vote. If you sell your votes, you sell your future. If you sell your vote, you sell the way you are being taken care of and the rest of them. So I think everybody should just wake up to this, and the government should continue to work to save our economy for the people to be okay and see themselves not to be in the position to take money for votes.
Quick one, Sunaimon. Say for example, vote buying stops. Will it affect the government? I mean, will it make them stop doing good or doing bad? Or will you make them continue to do good or bad as the case may be? Do you get my point? I mean, there's no vote buying.
Okay.
You, literate man, 9 to 5 guy, you go to your polling unit with your PVC, pam, you go home. Will it stop the government from still doing that thing they want to do? That behavior, good or bad? Do you think vote buying stops the government from doing whatever they want to do?
Yeah,
when say they bought their future, but what if some people go to polling unit and still vote for candidate A, and candidate A still enters without people collecting money to vote for him, and he still does the bad thing or still does not perform?
So it's a legacy that's taken that has been in existence for a very long time. People have sold their votes to elect bad leadership into power, and there's no how you want to face out all of these bad policies, bad leadership in just an election cycle. So it's a thing that has to, graduate, that has to be consistently done. And this is the time that NOA has to, come in rather than just imbibing people to learn the new national anthem. This is also an avenue to, the election is coming. This is also an avenue to mobilize people to orientate the populace about the effect of voting for their candidate of choice, people that will lead them to the promised land, rather than taking money to vote people who are incompetent into power. Because these are things that would help to get the right people into leadership.
All right, very quickly as we go, PDP Convention, 15th and 16th of November is when it's supposed to happen. To be or not to be with all these court cases. Of course, for those who do not know, there's a faction that says that we've gotten an injunction, the convention must hold. There's another faction that says that no, the convention must not hold. Then there's the Sule Lamido angle to all of this. Very quickly, in 30 seconds, just before we go, it's almost time for us to leave the studio. Do you think it will happen in Ibadan? A lot of for and against.
Time will tell. You at least on this show, I have always made a stand on this show concerning the PDP, and you cannot have a united front. You cannot have a peaceful home when you cannot sit down together and try and look at your issues and solve your issues beyond throwing blows in courts and the rest of them. So it is a problem when you have conflicting court injunctions to be or not to be, to be or not to be. So we will wait. 15th and 16th is this weekend. So we wait. Tomorrow is Friday, only tomorrow. So we'll know by Saturday morning, we'll know if the convention is going to hold or it's not going to hold.
We should have started seeing
arrivals and the rest of them
before.
So we know and those things.
Now, okay, all right. Go on for your question.
Despite the fact that they are still having a front and back on whether the convention should hold, we still have some dignitaries entering Ibadan at this as of yesterday.
Because,
but
it's
that's
not
the case.
by now,
of course, if you continue to look at the party itself, People's Democratic Party, you discover that it is beginning to lose. Not even beginning; it has lost its stronghold as a rival opposition party. So look at the internal crisis and look at the people that are steering the internal crisis, that's when you begin to know that a party that cannot solve this crisis for forthcoming election that is just about 2 years to the time.
Less than,
Exactly.
Yes.
There's even a bill that is put. I mean, that the legislators are pushing that
the election to be held,
be drawn backward rather than holding in 2027. So that's when you know a serious party. At this point, if PDP cannot hold that convention in Ibadan successfully, there's a problem, and they will continue. There's every possibility that they might not even.
It looks like you're on the side of the Governor Seyi Makinde led PDP. I mean, Governor Seyi Makinde side of the PDP.
This is not.
Because you are saying PDP cannot hold that convention, it means there's a problem. Some persons are saying there are issues on ground. Let's sort it before we go for the convention.
Of course, there's no how you want to hold convention without settling the rift. So the possible thing is drawing out the major parties that are causing this rift, dialogue with them. Because the only time people will see PDP as a serious party is settling this rift and holding convention appropriately so that they can dialogue and map out the plan for the next forthcoming general election. If anything other than that, it's a problem. Look at their performance in the off-cycle election in Anambra State. PDP is coming third, and the party still.
I think it's fourth.
It was even fourth.
Yeah, I think it's fourth. Yeah.
They didn't perform exception. They didn't perform very well in the election, and they are imagine
the candidates want to visit Governor Soludo.
Now they have a problem that they want to sack the governorship candidate for anti-party activity. This is where you begin to know that identify a party that is very serious.
Let me just quickly drop. Like I've been saying on this show, I think the PDP lost it since 2022, and it will be very, very difficult, for them to get their acts.
Of course, every party usually have internal.
You see that decision of 2022,
affected them,
brought them to where they are today.
Exactly.
And it is
zoning that
it is
south.
glaring.
What's the problem?
It is glaring to everybody. We can see what is happening to their. You can see what is happening to their structure everywhere. Everywhere.
All right. Our prayer saying it's time for us to go now, but I won't leave without reading the comment of Josh Christian on our Facebook page. And Josh is saying, Wike should know by now people's opinion about him from this incident. The problem is not about him doing what he thinks is right. The problem is for a man of his pedigree and position insulting the officer who was acting on an order. Wike better apologize, because this won't end well for him and possibly Nigerians. Well, how won't you end well for Nigerians, Mr. Josh? I'm expecting your feedback. A very big thank you to Naval also for being a part of this package, and a very big thank you
to Adekunle
Sulaimon for being here this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
The biggest of thanks belongs to you out there, because like I always say, we are here because you are there. My name is Sharon. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend that starts tomorrow. Stay out of trouble, and God bless you.